Their net worth right now is plummeting because their reputations are ruined.
You know that saying, the richer you are, the bigger your problems? Well, Ryan Reynolds must feel like he's Jeff Bezos-level rich right now because his problems are officially out of control. Forget Deadpool, he might as well be called Deadpool at this point. Here's the tea. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and their PR rep Leslie Sloane are being sued by Justin Baldoni for a casual $400 million. Yeah, you heard me right, $400 million. Just for context, that's enough money to buy about 50 million chimichangas, Deadpool-style. And guess what? It gets worse. If $400 million wasn't enough to make you spill your overpriced Starbucks latte, Justin is also slamming the New York Times with a $250 million lawsuit. So let's just quickly do the math. That's potentially $650 million floating around in lawsuits. At this point, even Elon Musk might look at that number and go, "Yikes, buddy, better cut down on the avocado toast." But here's the kicker. Ryan isn't nearly as rich as we all assumed. You know how everyone just casually throws around that he's a billionaire, or at least close to it? Apparently that's faker than Blake's acting skills. According to new reports, his actual net worth, combined with his Wrexham soccer club partner Rob McElhenney, is only about $400 million total. Yep, total. That means Ryan himself isn't worth the full $400 million. His wealth is tied up with another dude. And suddenly we realize he's not exactly diving into gold coins like Scrooge McDuck. He's probably checking under couch cushions for spare change right about now. Now, some of you might be thinking, come on, it's Ryan Reynolds. He's Deadpool. He's got cash stashed somewhere, right? Yeah, sure, he might have a vault of superhero suits and some sarcastic one-liners, but liquid cash? Not so much. Here's why. When we say net worth, it's not actual cash. It includes houses, investments, future royalties, and all that jazz. Sure, Deadpool will probably keep paying Ryan forever, but right now, he can't exactly write a check for hundreds of millions without breaking a cold sweat. And let's talk about his soccer team, Wrexham AFC, for a second. Reynolds and Rob bought the club in 2021, hoping to ride it to Premier League glory. It's a Cinderella story, Hollywood stars rescuing an underdog soccer team from the pits of the National League. But here's where the fairy tale turns into a horror story. They might be running out of money just as the club is inching toward higher leagues. Football, the real kind, not the American kind, is expensive. Competing against billionaires in top-tier leagues, that's like bringing a Nerf gun to a tank battle. Premier League football is not for celebrities who play Ted Lasso. It is for oil barons who are extremely wealthy and spend their money like Monopoly money.
So when you think about their future earnings, I mean, Blake, who cares? But most of his business dealings have tied back to the fact that he's Ryan Reynolds, this A-list celebrity, this A-list actor, Deadpool himself. So she's already in the hole. But with him, it's seen, oh, well, he can cover it. But no one can afford a judgment like this. To me, the careers are over in terms of acting. Now, I don't know about business dealings and all of that.
Therefore, Reynolds is currently trapped with a team that he can hardly afford, and he's confronted with the terrible potential of having to sell his franchise. All of this is happening as he is losing money quicker than a Kardashian at Louis Vuitton. They even had to bring in another investor who was an entire family in order to help keep the club afloat, which means that Ryan's share of the pie is decreasing at a rate that is closer to the rate at which your income is decreasing after taxes. Again, let's talk about Justin Baldoni. He's bringing a case that is the stuff of nightmares in Hollywood. Forget about Marvel's villains. This is much more terrifying. A motion to dismiss that is so ludicrous that even lawyers are openly laughing at it was just presented by the legal team representing Ryan. To put it another way, it is the legal equivalent of requesting a hall pass because you cannot remember your schoolwork. It's not good. Terribly awful. And in the event that Baldoni prevails, which is quite likely to occur, Ryan might be forced to begin selling Deadpool memorabilia on eBay in order to make up for the money. Let's not even bring up Blake Lively. In point of fact, let's talk about Blake for a single moment. Her career is in a much more dire situation than the storyline of the 6th season of Gossip Girl. Who is actually being on the lookout for Blake these days? To tell you the truth, if Blake were to appear in a movie trailer at this moment, the majority of us would immediately respond with, "Oh hey, wasn't she married to Ryan Reynolds?" and then soon begin to forget once more. For Ryan, however, things are different. All of his financial circumstances, including his assets, his enterprises, and his potential revenues in the future, are dependent on the fact that he is Ryan Reynolds, an A-list actor who is also Deadpool himself. In the event that his reputation is shattered, and believe me, it is presently being shredded by a cheese grater, absolutely everything will come crashing down. Dealings in business? Gone. Filmmaking endeavors? With a pause. Engagements to give speeches? Make no mention of it. In the present moment, his brand appears to be more like toast that has been sitting out for a day. His brand is his bread and butter. Also, with regard to the damage done to one's reputation, this action is not just about financial gain. In his request to dismiss, Ryan made a significant admission by accident. He revealed that the footage that was leaked and was at the center of Baldoni's complaint was actually tape of Baldoni showing himself. Oops. Disney and Marvel might potentially become involved in this problem at this point. Would you be able to picture Mickey Mouse being called as a witness? There is a possibility that Ryan will have to face litigation rather than supervillains in Deadpool 3. Sorry, kids. And just when you think things can't get worse, they do. His business partner Rob McElhenney? Turns out he's not exactly a financial heavyweight either. Sure, he was in Always Sunny in Philadelphia and apparently showed up briefly in Game of Thrones, but his wallet isn't exactly bursting at the seams. So this whole combined $400 million thing is way shakier than anyone thought. Honestly, at this point, their joint bank account probably looks like the last slice of pizza at a frat house party, desperately thin and rapidly disappearing.
It is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare for them.
Even more shocking, previous reports of Reynolds being nearly a billionaire were likely just PR stunts designed to make him seem richer and more influential. So not only is Ryan in financial trouble, he's also kind of a poser. Blake must be thrilled. In addition to this, there are reports that their marriage is in jeopardy, and somewhere close to them are muttering that their marriage is beginning to fall apart faster than cheap yarn. Is it possible that Ryan is now feeling regret for the jokes he made about Blake on Twitter? Due to the fact that this litigation is hovering over their heads, it is likely that their relationship feels more like a negotiation for hostages than it does like a marriage. This is not going to be a romantic comedy, it's going to be a full-blown emotional drama. I mean, the entire universe that Reynolds lives in is hanging by a thread. There are lawsuits on top of lawsuits, financial responsibilities that he is unable to fulfill, and a soccer club that has the potential to put him out of business. While this is going on, his acting career is just as precarious as his financial situation, and his reputation, which he has meticulously cultivated, is in ruins. The stakes have never been higher than they are right now, because this is not Deadpool, it is Deadpool. To tell you the truth, Ryan Reynolds may have spent years working in the film industry making fun of himself, but at this moment, nobody's laughing, and especially not him. His life could be irreparably damaged by this case. Moreover, despite the fact that it is hilarious to imagine Ryan urgently calling his accountant and pleading for a solution, this is not a work of Hollywood fiction. Rather, it is his existence. So buckle up, because this drama isn't ending anytime soon. Ryan is officially in over his head, and no amount of sarcastic jokes or superhero antics can save him now. Unless, of course, Hugh Jackman wants to lend him a quick $1 billion. Come on, Wolverine, help your buddy out. But what do you think? Is Ryan truly facing financial ruin, or will he somehow charm his way out of this mess like he always does? And while you're at it, check out the Team Justin merch, because apparently Justin Baldoni just became the hero no one knew they needed, at least in court. Till then, folks, see you next time.